Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video we are going to be covering one of the most important topics in trading, which is risk management. Okay, so this is a topic that nobody really has clear. I've seen some people teaching just risking 0.5% per trade, and that's basically it. That's their risk management rules. But there's much more to it, because trading in the end is a whole business, and we need to know how much we are willing to lose, since this is the only thing that we can control in trading. Okay, how much are we willing to lose in this trade today or this week? Okay, and you can even do it further and do it monthly, but we usually do it per trade, as you can see right here on the screen. Risk per trade, maximum daily loss and maximum weekly loss. Okay, so we usually adapt this to the account size that we have. And keep in mind that this is for personal accounts. This is not for funded accounts, since funded accounts already have their risk parameters and all their rules, etc. So for funded accounts, it's just best to calculate yourselves, because it will all depend on the rules that they have. These are just some guidelines that we show in this video. If you have personal accounts, this is how we do things. And this is just an example of how you could be doing it, and how you could be looking at risk management and set your own rules based on this information. So covering the risk per trade. Okay, this actually should be called risk per position, because as most of you know, if you been watching videos on our channel, you know that we don't trade a lot of days. Okay, we have a couple of trade a month. Um, but usually when we have a trade, we scale in with multiple positions. Okay, that might be 4 positions, that might be 5, that might be 3. On average, it's around 4 positions per trade. Okay, so we might have 3 trades a month on GJ, okay, which is the only pair that we trade, but we might scale in with 4 positions on each trade. Okay, as many as the market allows us. All right, so this basically should be risk per position. So if you have accounts that are smaller than 50,000 and you want a quicker growth, you can risk 3%. Okay, we currently actually have small accounts that we are risking 5% per position for more aggressive growth, but 3%, 4% is definitely pretty nice. Obviously, if you know what you're doing and you're patient for those valid setups. Okay, so if you risk 3%, that is pretty nice, because obviously 1% will be 500, 3% will be $1,500 that you risk per position, basically. And for maximum daily loss, you could say, okay, this will be times 5, this will be times 4. Our rule is more or less around times 5, which would be 15% that we are willing to lose in one single day. Okay, and basically in one single week, it would be maximum 30% that we lose. We've never seen these numbers happen, but these are the rules that we set for our own accounts. And this basically goes on and on for any account size. Just put some examples here for free to adjust this for yourself. Just make sure that you have it laid down like this, very clear, very visual in front of you with all your rules. So you can see the bigger the account is, the lower the risk we use, because obviously when you are managing 500,000 or even 500,000 plus, those are big numbers already for a retail trader. So if you're risking 0.5% on 500,000, that's still $2,500 of risk per position. So if you're in with 4 positions, that means that you're in the total risk of 10,000. But we never every position that we just add, our previous ones are always at break even. So we're only risking at once just 2,500, never 2,000. But obviously, if we're in with 4 positions, then total risk exposure would be 10,000. So with some nice risk to rewards and all that, we can definitely have some crazy trades, make a lot of money. And the same thing goes for here. Every risk that we use per position in every trade, we basically multiply it times 5. You can do it times 3, whatever you're willing to lose, obviously. And then for the weekly, we just multiply it by 10. Okay, and you can definitely adapt this. You can say, okay, I'm going to do this times 2, I'm going to do this times 5, whatever your risk appetite is and how much you're willing to lose. Okay, so once you have this very clear, once you set your own risk parameters, you need to understand something about risk to reward, okay, which is basically everything. So risk to reward, I'm just giving you an example of $1,000 account, which is a very small account, okay? But we did definitely start with some accounts like this just to flip it and grow it aggressively. So usually these accounts we actually risk with 5%, but I'm going to give you the example of 3% of this one right here according to this rule. Okay, so if you're risking 3% per trade, our average risk to reward is 1 to 7 risk to reward. Okay, this is combining all the positions that we usually add. Okay, so the first position that we enter is usually the best risk to reward. Okay, so the first position might be 1 to 10, and the second one might be 1 to 6. Maybe the third one is going to be 1 to 5. Maybe the fourth one is going to be 1 to 4.5. So all in all together combined, our average risk to reward is 1 to 7. Okay, of all positions combined together, it's 1 to 7. And our average position per trade is around 4 positions. Okay, this is normally what we usually do. Sometimes we have 3 positions, sometimes we have 5. But I would say the average is 4 positions per trade. So let's say we take one trade, okay, with 4 positions. Our average risk to reward is 1 to 7, and we risk 3% per position. Okay, so every position right here, we risk total 12%. Okay, but obviously at once we just risk 3%. So if we have $1,000 in our account and we have one trade with 1 to 7, 1 to 7, 1 to 7, in total that will be 28 risk to reward. Okay, so multiplying this times 3% per position, obviously, would be 84% profit in this trade. Okay, so basically, using this system of adding positions safely and risking only 3% on a very small account, basically our account would be almost doubled. Okay, we would have literally $1,840 in our account. Okay, so this might seem a bit crazy to a lot of people, but you have to understand that if you know how to trade safely and know when to enter and when to add positions and how the market moves, this is just the same thing over and over. Like I say, this is not something we do every day. Okay, I see a lot of traders out there showing that every day they have 28 risk to reward and 100% every day. And if you have 100% every day, you're not going to be on Instagram. Trust me. Okay, you're going to be some billionaire and you're going to be on the Forbes list. This happens 2, 3, 4 times a month, which is definitely very, very good. Okay, but it's not every day, guys. Like it's not easy. This takes some time to understand how risk works, how reward works, and definitely how the market works. You need to understand this. But you can check out our videos and all that on our channel where we explain much more in depth of how we trade and how we do things and stuff. But this is very powerful because we literally know that with any account size, we using these risk parameters, knowing what our average risk to reward is, knowing how many positions we average risk per trade, we know how much more or less we can make on one single trade if it plays out. So if you think $1,000 is almost nothing, okay, we can just add 1 0. That's 10,000. Okay, which is basically just 1 0 right here. Okay, so let me see. This is just times 10. So we are basically making, where is this? Okay, here. So we're going to be making the same thing, and our balance is going to be 18,400. So basically we made 8,400 on just a silly $10,000 account. So you don't really need those big accounts. If you want to be funded, that's fine. Okay, we have students that got funded and all that, but we still encourage them to trade their own accounts because this is very, very powerful. I'm just talking about 10,000 or even 1,000. If you have this 1,000 account like we started with, if you have this 1,000 account, just take the 0 out of here, and you can make 840 in one trade, which might happen once a week. You already double your account basically here. So the next time, if you have a winner, obviously if you have a loser, it's only 3%. Okay, what is 3%? It's nothing. It's very small. Okay, and if you have a winner next time, if you have 2 winners in a row, which is not crazy, then you almost double this account again. So this would be like 3,400 already, just after 2 trades. Okay, so you just have to understand how powerful this is. And literally, if you say, okay, I'm going to compound this account until it's 10,000. When it's 10,000, I'm going to trade the exact same way, but I'm just going to withdraw every single week or every 2 weeks or every month. I'm going to withdraw all the profit. So the account is back at 10,000 and you're happy with it. And that's definitely fine. Okay, if you have a 10,000 account and you can, make 80% of trade and you have 3 winners a month, you're probably at 50,000 already by the end of the month from 10,000. So you have like 40,000 profits. So that's definitely very nice for very little work, basically for a couple trading days a month. Okay, so this is nothing crazy. This is nothing weird. This is nothing special. This is no magic. This is nothing. These are just numbers and understanding the market properly, how it moves, and trading in it, and all that, and having it very structured and knowing this like the back of your hand. Okay, guys. So um, hope this was helpful. Okay, we covered risk management basically very in depth. There's not much more to it, to risk reward and to risk management. This is basically it. There's not much more to it. Just keep it simple, keep it clean, keep it organized, keep it structured. That's all you need to do. Treat it like a business, and that's basically it. So, guys, really excited to have done this video. We had quite some requests about it, and I think we made it pretty clear to all of you. So, definitely hope we clear out some questions for you. I hope you can start implementing this into your trading business. So if you have any questions, just let us know in the comments down below or send us a DM on Instagram. Also, if you're looking for more in-depth training through us, and you want to learn from us, just check our link in the description and we'll take you to your website and all that. So yeah, guys, hope you like this video and we'll see you in the next one.